Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Introduction to Electronics, ELECTRN 2 class that's offered in winter semester in 2026. My name is Mo Zhang. I'm the professor for this class. I have been teaching this class for many years, and now we also offer this class online, and this class is asynchronous class. That means we don't have any meetings, including physical or virtual meetings. Our class member will study the material on your own pace, and I'm here to assist anyone if you have questions. Let me give everyone a brief introduction about our course, the course structure, expectation, also the evaluation of performance, and then I will show you our course syllabus and some tasks we need to complete very soon. Where very soon means we need to complete this by day 1 or maybe the latest by day 2. So let's begin with the first module. When you log into our Canvas class, the Canvas shell, and this is the homepage of our course. It is the ELECTRN Electronics, the second class 002, followed by the session number 10753. You use this number to add a class. You might need it if you have to drop the class due to any reason. I don't hope anyone dropped the class. And this class is in winter 2026. We also have a class that is taught in person in the classroom. It's the first session of this course. For our members who want to take the in-person class, may take a look at that session. Our professor, Mr. B, is teaching that class. I said no, that's on Monday through Wednesday, every week for 5 weeks. We are not going to meet in any particular days and a time. You study the material on your own, at your own pace, and your preferred time. I also provide my Zoom link here in case anyone need to meet me to get help. But most likely, we won't need to use this at all, especially for those who have no questions. Ignore this part. This is mainly for making an appointment and then get some help. And then the course begins at here. The second module, called Start Here, is the orientation module. There are 3 items inside, and then they are ordered. So we begin with the first one, the course structure and the expectations. So let's click on this link. Here shows the course structure and the expectation. And again, it shows our course is synchronous, no physical meetings, even no live meetings. And then if you scroll down, I also show here, I put the video lectures here and also the PDF handouts. They will assist you in learning these materials. And for the video lectures, there are 2 different types. One is a pretty condensed video lessons, and I post them on YouTube. I add those links to our Canvas. If you need a classroom environment like lessons or videos, and I also upload Zoom records in Canvas. These Zoom recorded videos are the one I recording in the past. When our class held online and in asynchronous mode, which means students still need to meet at a specific time. I remember that's 6 p.m. on Mondays. I record those Zoom videos, and then I put those videos here. Only for you want to have this kind of resource. If you're okay, this is completely optional. The essential contents are same, which means the essential content, the core topics in both kinds of videos are same. No need to study or watch both videos for a lesson. There are 6 assignments. For the past days, I created 1 more assignment because I also include 1 more chapter lessons here. That's the electrical safety lesson. So I add one more assignments to it. It has more assignments than before, but it shouldn't be too bad. I hope this extra assignment benefit everyone. And for each of the assignments, there are unlimited attempts. You can try many times. I do recommend that everyone try it before the due date. How about let me step back? If I go to the first page, this is the main page. And if you scroll down over here, you see a module such as module 1 corresponding to chapter 1. These are the lectures, resources, and then there is a assignment associated with it. Here shows the due date. This is not a solid due date. It is a recommended due date. I hope everyone can try the assignment at least once by the due date, such as for assignment 1, the recommended due date is January 11. So try at least once. Don't stress too much about the grade you'll get for this assignment, since you can try each of the assignments infinite times by the deadline, the last day of the semester. The reason I hope you can try at least once, I don't want you to be behind. And here, let's continue reading here. You'll have unlimited attempts for each assignment, and then the system will pick the high score. Unless anyone is preferred, let me know. Maybe I can change here to record a lowest score if they preferred. So try many times and the system will pick the lowest score. But so far, I configured this so the system will pick the high score. And the due dates showing on the assignments are recommended due days. The last day to returning all of them is the Sunday midnight on February 8th. This is the last day of the semester. It's really the last day because or very soon I have to submit a grade. If you can submit it earlier, that's great. But I will check all the submissions on Monday. And I try my best to submit the grades to the system, the PeopleSoft, on Monday, which is the first day of the spring semester. So please submit everything by this due day. Keep in mind there will be no submissions after that because I will submit the grade to the PeopleSoft. And there are 2 discussion assignments. Since our class is a synchronous class, having engaging activities are required. To accomplish this, I put 2 discussion assignments. They are not too hard. They're testing the basic, also utilizing the knowledge we learned, such as Ohm's law or power formulas, to relate it to your own story or experiences. You will see them. And let's continue. We have tests and a final exam. There are 2 tests, test 1 and test 2. And after that, we have one more exam, that's the final exam. So we have 3 ways to evaluate our performance. Unlike assignments, we have to take our tests more seriously because that's the way to evaluate our knowledge, our learning outcome. So each one is limited to 3 attempts. Of course, you don't have to use all 3. If the first attempt you get a satisfied score, you can just stop there, but you have 3 attempts. I do recommend everyone, when you solve the questions in the test or the final exam, write down the question, including the steps. So if you need to try to take another attempt, if you have the same question, you don't have to redo everything again. Again, similar to the assignments, for all the tests and the final exam, the due date is Sunday midnight. Of course, we can complete them before this day, but this is the last day. So in summary, we have to turn in everything by Sunday midnight. And then for the tests, there are multiple attempts, 3 attempts per test and final exam. I also put the Zoom link to Canvas. If you need help, please let me know first, and then we're gonna schedule a time to meet. I can meet you on Zoom. And please take care of yourself. This class should be more informative, should provide you some useful information, and shouldn't give you too much pressure and hard time. Our goal is to learn the material more effectively and with joy. I hope everyone have a great semester. However, we still have a few more things to cover, so let's go back to the main page. We are still in the second module, the orientation module, and now let's look at the syllabus. So click on this link. This is the course syllabus. It shows my name and the office. So we'll have online, Canvas, or Zoom. You can also reach me through email. So both email and the Canvas messengers are the best way to reach me, or by appointment. If you have additional questions, require more help, make an appointment, and then we can meet through Zoom. This class is under the ATM, the Automotive Electronic Communication Program. Most of the time, our class is offered in every semester, and in winter and the summer semesters, there are 2 sessions. The title of the course is called Introduction to Electronics. There are 3 units. This is the session number we saw earlier. I'm pretty sure most members may not need to use the number again. You may need this for dropping the class. I hope no one will drop the class. And then our class is asynchronous. Here I give a brief description about the course. In this course, we're going to learn the basic of electronics, beginning with atomic structure, how electricity is formed, what the electricity is made of, and then some physical units, the units used in electronics such as voltage, current, ohms, the resistance, the unit for the resistance, and so on. Student learning outcomes. So after completing the class, student will learn the basic electronics quantities and their applications in analyzing DC and AC circuits. This course is only an introduction to electronic course. There's no lab for the class. Shouldn't be a class that teach everyone to become an electrician. It's a class for everyone who are interested in electronics, to know more about electronics. Therefore, in my opinion, the class shouldn't be extremely challenging. Instead, it should be more informative, give everyone a broad perspective and knowledge in electronics in terms of applying electronics in different fields. We have low voltage electronics, mainly for repairing some equipment, some radios, keyboards, and so on. And we can apply what we learned in high voltage electronics, circuit breaker, or even much higher, transformer, power transmission lines. This information will be beneficial for those members who want to work in the power companies such as SCE, LADWP, and so on. Here is our course requirements, including the textbook. We are going to use an online free textbook at allaboutcircuits.com. If you click on the link, that will lead you to the online textbooks. So this is the main page. Click on the education navigation bar, and a window just drops down. There are 6 books. We only use the first and the second books. The first volume called Direct Current, DC, and the second volume called Alternating Current, AC. We study 90% of the material from volume 1, the DC book, and only 1 chapter from AC. That's the first chapter of it. And later I will quickly show everyone the chapters in each volume. Actually here, this page also lists the chapter we're going to cover. We are going to cover volume 1, the direct currents, chapter 1, 2, 3, all the way to 7. Skip some chapters, and then we cover chapter 13 and 15. And then for volume 2, we're going to cover the first chapter, basic AC theory. In terms of the supplies, the material we need for study, just computer or laptop, so we can access the material on Canvas, also the recorded video posted on YouTube. hopefully you also get a notebook. You have to write the things down. And then here shows the evaluation of performance. We have 5 different things to contribute the evaluation of performance. The 2 discussion assignments together worth 10% of the overall grade. And then we have 6 assignments together is only 20%. And then we have test 1, test 2, each one worth 20%. Final exam together is 30% of the overall grade. And then to ensure the fairness to everyone, so please complete the tests and the homework assignments by the due date, the last day of the semester. Otherwise, you get more time and others don't. That cause unfair situations. And then course schedule assignments. This is not really required because our class is completely online. You can pick any preferred time and a location to study the materials at your own pace. But our class was offered in person in the past. This is the schedule we followed when we had an in-person class. So week 1, day 1, 2, 3, we studied these materials. And then by week 3, it's time to take our test 1. And then week 4, we have a second test. The last week, we take final. You may find this schedule helpful or maybe not. So please adjust this based on your own experience. And at the end, we have the grade. Our letter grade will be assigned based on the conventional grading standard. If the overall grade in terms of percentage is between 90 and 100% inclusive, that's a solid A. If it's between 80, including 80 but less than 90, that's a B. 70 to 80 is a C, 60 to 70, that's a D. Any grade that's lower than 60, it is a F grade. I really hope no one get an F in our class. Here shows that our school provides information and resources for anyone with disabilities. Our school has plenty of resources that can help you. Also, we have the academic dishonesty policy. So please complete these assignments and also the tests final by yourself. So let's go back to the main page of our class again. And if I scroll down, there is number 3 in the orientation module. This step is very important because it's a way for me to take the role. Our district requires instructor to take a role and exclude no-shows on day 1 of the semester. Please complete this assignment on day 1. By completing this assignment, I know you are taking this class, so you won't be excluded from the class. And let me show you, by clicking review, you won't see review, but you will see this page. If you can complete this, and that'd be great. Just try your best to complete these questions, and that's it for this roll call assignment. There's no right or wrong answer, which means the information you entered won't affect your grade for this class. So after finish the second module, the orientation module, the remaining modules are about the course, about the lessons. Beginning with chapter 1, atomic structure, and then it has the topics, videos, and then also the Zoom video. This is the recorded video for everything. And here are the condensed video, covers only the essential information per topic. So feel free to use either this kind of condensed video or using the recorded Zoom class video. They cover the same material, same content. And then some module has homework, such as the first one. And then some other has no homeworks. You can also find the handouts here. Let me scroll down to the last module. The last module is called resources. Over here, I put additional interesting information related to electronics, such as how to make PCB, where PCB stands for printed circuit boards, and some alternative textbooks. These are the textbooks provided by All About Circuits. These are the PDF books. Now let me give you a quick tour about our book. So first of all, we go to allaboutcircuits.com and then click on the navigation bar called Education. And then click on the first volume of the book called Direct Current, DC. So this is the first book we are going to use. This is chapter 1 called The Basic Concept of Electricity. We're gonna begin our lessons on this chapter. And then chapter 2, chapter 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7. We are going to skip these chapters and then we jump to capacitor chapter. After that, we're gonna skip magnetism and the electromagnetism, and then we're gonna cover one more chapter in the DC book called the inductors. And after that, we are going to move to the second volume, alternating current, AC, and cover the first chapter, basic AC theory. So let's go back to the first volume and let's open chapter 1. So click on the Get Started button. And here shows the first session called Static Electricity. It introduces electricity, static electricity, how it is formed, how to create them, and also talk about the composition of the items, the 3 fundamental particles in an atom called the electron, proton, and also neutron. And their charges, such as electron carry negative charge, proton carry positive charge, neutron, as its name, neutral, so it doesn't carry any charge. It has no charge. And then we cover additional topics. So here shows conductor, insulator, electron flow. Our video covers the same material. What are the electric circuits and so on. So click on that. Those are the following pages under chapter 1. So let's go back to our Canvas homepage. Let's also show the assignments. So if you click on the assignments sidebar, and then here lists all the assignments, including the test 1, test 2, and also the final exam. These are the recommended due day. However, the real solid due day is the last day of our class. Pretty much that's all for the course introduction. I really hope everyone can get lots of useful information from this class. I hope this class gives you some pressure, but not too much pressure, so you won't burn out. The goal for the class is to expand your knowledge in electronics, know the fundamental, know the safety, get you interested in electronics, and move forward, help you succeed in the future career. As always, if you have some question, feel free to contact me, feel free to ask me. I'm happy to help you. At the end, I wish everyone have a great winter session.